how many total people will there be by generation 9? And you also mentioned that Google isn't helping. Well, let's have a look. Let's try to figure out a pattern. So here is the deal. Imagine right here, this is our first person. So this is the first generation. And the assumption is that each generation will produce like 2 people. So the next generation is that we will have 1 here and then 2 here. So that's generation 2. So notice that right now we have a total of 3 people. And then assuming each person give us like 1, 2, and then 1, 2, like this. So by generation 3, we have a total of 1 plus 2 plus 4, which is 7. And then this right here keeps on going forever. And we will get so many people by generation 9. And the question is, how many people are we going to have all together right here? Okay, so notice that each person will produce 2. And we have that pattern. So we are dealing with a power of 2. And assuming if this is the first time we are seeing it, I would like to show you how you can figure it out. And to do so, you want to start with some small numbers and try to see if you can figure out a pattern. Generation. And then we have the total number of people. So let's say in the first generation, it's just 1 person. Okay, and then second generation, we have a total of 1 plus 2. So that's 3. And then third generation, we have a total of 1 plus 2 plus 4. And that is the same as 7. And the fourth generation, this will just be 1 plus 2 plus 4 plus 8. Because each of these will give you 2 more. So you double that, so that's 8. Add them up, you get 15, and so on, so on, so on. What we want to get to is 9. So by generation 9, we are looking at 1 plus 2 plus 4 plus 8 plus dot 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 up to last number here. What is it though? Well, let's go back to the previous and try to see if we can figure out a pattern. This number is 8, right? That's the last number. But remember, to get this number, each time we just multiply by 2. This is the same as 2 times 2 times 2, which is 2 to the third power. Let me write it down right here. And then this right here, in fact, is just 2 to the second power. And of course, this right here is just 2 to the first power. And this right here, by default, is just 2 to the 0th power. In fact, you didn't multiply by 2 at all. That's where you begin with. So when it's at 4, this is 2 to the third power. When it's 3, is 2 to the second. When we want to get to 9, this last number will be 2 to the 8th power. And you can work it out, but I will just keep it like that. Because what we want to do next is to figure out a pattern for the answers. 1, 3, 7, 15, and so on, so on, so on. What's this right here? In fact, when you're adding 1 plus 2 plus 4 plus dot 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 up to the last one right here, the answer is just 2 to the 9th power minus 1. Why? Because this 15 is what? This 15, you can look at this as 2 to the 4th power, which is 16, minus 1. The 7, it's the same as 2 to the third power minus 1. Likewise, the 3, it's the same as 2 to the second minus 1. And of course, this right here is the same as 2 to the first minus 1. So all this will give you 2 to the 9th power minus 1. Okay, 2 to the 10th power is 1024. So 2 to the 9th power is equal to 512. And then minus 1, that will give you a total of 511. So that will be a lot of people right here.